from getting blue. They're thinking better of that, though, right now. There's a lot of people hitting each other early on, even before the minions.
The small advantages must be taken now. There's no time later. 2 minutes in, Loveland getting nice. There we go, headshots on it. I was hoping Sand didn't take it, and they're getting pressure from everywhere without any minions being in lane. Turtle tries to get himself a bit of an HP advantage, but it looks like they trade evenly. No aggression towards the junglers, as we saw both teams last game going quite crazy.
Yeah, but look how much faster Loveland was on that buff compared to the Odd One. The Odd One had no help because Wild Turtle and X Special were trying to be annoying, but they're really just setting the Odd One back. It's, I want to call it 4 furlongs ahead right now for Volibear.
All the furlongs, and these Mystic shots definitely hitting in for Wild Turtle. Didn't get his Corky this game, but he still sticks with the Triforce. Or maybe he'll go blue build, but I'm guessing Triforce is.
It's got to be Triforce at this point for Wild Turtle because he's fallen in love with the Trinity Force on Corky.
Holy crap!
Early lane on. Coleman's got to get out of there.
That's not what you want on the end of that. But this so far, this slight push, the wards that they got in are paying off, completely controlling that lane. Not too much an advantage, just pushing the other guy back to the lane. Dyrus getting a little bit of aggression there. Looks like he will not take that into consideration enough.
Dyrus doesn't have his blood pool right now. And he died very early on in the last game against SKT. He does have flash, but if Loveland gets the flip, he just leveled. He's got the pool. Loveland did not go in time.
There's the taunt going down with a flip come right after. They didn't allow it to fully go, but it looks like they're going to get Dyrus at 20% of the HP on already not enough health, and he locks down the W. Loveland picks up first blood.
All right, maybe he went in time.
Yeah.
I feel like he waited appropriate amount of time right there to finish off Dyrus. But even though he got the blood pool, because they got the taunt into the flip before Dyrus could dodge it, the flash away did not matter since he was already going to be slowed by the red buff from Volibear anyway, and they just executed Dyrus. Another late lane start for Dyrus is detrimental to TSM in the worst way.
No, we gotta focus on that. He has been the one teams have gone after. Now 3 games in a row for first blood.
And it's got to be throwing him off because he is so used to teams thinking that the key to beating TSM was to shut down Reginald. But if you shut down Dyrus hard enough, that also works.
Yep. So 1-0 here, 4 minutes in. It's only a 600 gold lead. That was a kill assist that they were able to pick up. Odd One getting aggressed on in his own jungle, and you can see Loveland just completely trying to get a kill. Oh my god, now he takes with the power cord. Unfortunately, that's Turtle's assist. That gold could have gone better, but they do get good aggression in this bottom lane.
Yeah, and ever since, you know, we talked about the difference between the Odd One and Loveland. Loveland's trying to get back what TSM gained in the bottom lane.
Dyrus has that pull. This should be safe. He waits it out perfectly. Boom, pull down.
Yep, just like that.
The flip was actually used, which was, no, it wasn't! He gets back up, and it didn't actually allow the flip to cast out, so he gets taunted and flipped. The persistence stays in the top lane.
Yeah, so until that flip actually casts, Volibear doesn't lose it. It has a duration on it. Unless the duration is expired, he's going to get it on you. He's also maxing his W right now for Volibear, so his Frenzy is execute base damage, so it is crushing Dyrus when he gets low. Old Volibear junglers like Diamond Prox would max the E, the Majestic Roar, on Volibear, so they could farm faster in the jungle and have a higher percentage slow. Loveland doesn't care about that. He wants to kill people.
Not going to lie, I like the E. I like going for the E.
Yeah.
You just bite people.
Loveland disagrees.
Loveland.
He goes for the W.
I mean, yes, that's what I meant.
You like the W.
You're getting me crazy now.
All right.
Reginald gets some aggression here, but it looks like he did draw Cool into what he wanted. The Ignite goes down, and so does Cool.
So we have a completely different thing happening in all of the lanes here in this TSM OMG game. The bottom lane and the mid lane for TSM are working, but the top lane is a disaster.
Cool here on the pressure of the fans there, smile on his face. It's kind of just like Faker knows there. It's not over when you get killed once. There's still a game to go on, so he knows he needs to get back into this lane, bolster himself up. At 6 minutes in, the gold has become pretty much even there, 7.7 to 7.8. And here comes the Crows from Coma. We'll see if he can start to harass.
Yeah, and now that we have a second, this bottom lane for TSM has pulled so far.
They got that Phage
right now. The Phage early on is going to continue to allow them to snowball ahead in this one. Even with the fear, Coma can't seem to deal with Wild Turtle.
They're just standing right in front of him. Unless they're drawing anybody down, and that's not Loveland yet. He is in the mid lane still. That's the vision they have on him. Wild Turtle feels great going in on this.
And from the very start of this game, because Wild Turtle Next Special got level 2 first, since they pushed San and Coma back while they were helping Loveland with the red buff, that was effectively the trade-off TSM made for having a strong Volibear.
Round again on to Cool. They did the same thing to Dyrus. This is going to be the Stand United from Go-Going. Is it enough? The Idol just on the outside pressures himself in. Loveland was still halfway between River and mid, and they knew that they could take the pressure off the bottom lane with the mid.
Shen barely was in there long enough, and the burst damage just ran out for TSM near the end of that gank. Loveland is becoming incredibly strong on Volibear. He's all about roaming and killing right now. Look at his build. Doran's Blade, Boots of Mobility on Volibear. So he is all about the death right now, and he's fast.
They're still going in for this fight. Special tries to get it out. They go for him. He was the one that got the kill. They want the money from him. They flash forward. He gets the roar down, and it goes to San.
Oh, he's passive.
Turtle. Turtle trying to get up. No, Turtle baited into the Volibear passive. He looks like to fight this one out chin to chin, but he goes down with double uppercut.
Volibear's passive, Chosen of the Storm. When Volibear drops below 30% health, he heals for 30% of his max health over 6 seconds, and that is something Wild Turtle did not account for properly. He flashed in to get the Frenzy Bite, thinking it would kill, and then he took a no turret shot there, actually. Close. It was so close, and Wild Turtle ran out of mana, thinking he'd get the last hit. It's so difficult to judge that passive when you haven't played against Volibear for a very long time. That's the surprise factor coming in. Another thing OMG gains, you know, surprise factor having Coma in there instead of Big Pomelo. All of it's working out for OMG right now. 1,500 gold.
Take stock of the inventories here as it slows down a bit in our bot lane action. Now 6-3. We see a quick Negatron cloak for Go-Going. Looks like Spirit Visage is in his near future against this Dyrus Vladimir. Dyrus himself looks like he's going to go for Spell Vamp on this one. Or maybe Peace that Haunting.
Looks like he's going towards the split push Vladimir because he needs to get an advantage, at least on Go-Go and Shen, so he can become a factor. And like we've seen so many times when the split push Shen is in the game, OMG is going to want to form his 5 as quickly as possible and force team fights because Spirit of the Spectral Wraith Vladimir is not very strong in those 5v5 engagements, and OMG has no problems forcing team fights. So Dyrus needs to get that split push going very quickly so he can stop OMG from grouping his 5.
And we'll take into consideration, you know, what people have come to be known about Team Solo Mid. If Reginald's doing well, the team is doing well, and they are keeping their heads in the game. That first Dragon can usually make or break what really happens in that communication. Loveland looking to show some pressure mid just on the outside of that. Looks like they get out safely. Odd one, always on the backside of Reginald.
They got the ultimate out from Reginald, though, and did not burn it for themselves. Cool's Ignite on Cinder will be up very quickly as well. And this Loveland, man, level 7 right now on Volibear. It's so much experience for him because as a jungler, Loveland is typically someone who only looks for fights. It's actually very rare when so many of his ganks work and he is this far up in experience. It just means hell for the rest of TSM.
Coma forgot to invite everyone to the party, and it looks like they didn't arrive on time. So at 10 minutes in here, a little bit of the bot lane aggression has been relieved, and we'll see if they try to activate anything objective-wise off of this, because Jarvan is there now.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's really unfortunate for TSM how they had such a great start in that bottom lane, even able to 2v2 turret dive and get a kill at one point.
Oh, dear.
And then just to have it turned around for San to have 2 kills and effectively an advantage on Wild Turtle.
1v1 not going too well in the top lane with that first Negatron Cloak Pry for Go-Going. He is even in CS, but that kill and 3 assists onto Go-Going is going to make that lane a little bit of a troublesome thing for Dyrus. We see Cool versus Reginald 78-66. Not too bad in CS there. Looks like they're just going for the regular items of Athene, and Reggie's actually pushed back pretty hard. He's got the Dorans, but he's not been able to really recipe into anything yet.
Double Dorans right now. I'm thinking he's going to try and rush a Deathfire Grasp, but
he's got 1,000.
He might actually have to go a little bit defensive here, just knowing the single target damage output of Cool Cinder ult when that happens. Reginald's got to make some very difficult choices with his items this game.
I know Monty's always saying Expeke is the one who would be the one to build something else other than that Deathfire Grasp on Ahri. We'll see what Reginald tries to path into. They still have sight from that Kate Trap, and that was great by Loveland, weighting it down, making sure Turtle had nowhere to go.
Dead to rights. You could tell that Wild Turtle did not want to use his Arcane Shift because Volibear would just chase after him. But he waited too long. He got slowed and feared and just died before he was able to use that or the flash. That was actually one of those times as an AD carry there for Wild Turtle where he just froze because he had almost too many options to escape and he didn't want to burn all of them just because of Volibear had arrived.
So the Dragon goes down in favor of OMG. That will get hit up. So we got a 1746 Dragon. The turret going down in the top lane here for Team Solo Mid, or against OMG, I should say, for Team Solo Mid. So the gold not evened on that one because the kills have been coming in so heavily, and that's really Loveland making things happen in the lanes.
Yeah, his Volibear has been tremendous right from the very start because he got the first gank to work on Dyrus. And as a Volibear, when that happens, especially if he's starting Doran's Blade, it just gives him so much power for the rest of the game. Level advantage, specifically move speed advantage, as he was able to rush those boots of mobility, and he's just traveled across the rest of the map. Think of how many ganks Loveland's actually executed in this game. His percentage of conversion isn't even that high. It's just his frequency is so incredible that he's 3-0-2.
He's also been twice in the jungle, giving the odd one a hard time. We saw that happen towards the red buff, and then again towards the bottom side. His camps are clear, but it's almost like he's never been in his jungle. It's being all taken by Cool, it's being taken by everybody else.
They're just sharing the love throughout. Loveland is the fighter, everyone else is the farmer.
Go figure. 13 minutes on this one, Wild Turtle staying quite far back. Only 300 gold in that pocket. Won't be getting the Triforce. He got that Triforce now in that previous game on Corky. Quite far from that, so you can just see how this game is swaying.
Loveland roaring right now with the odd one. He's really had the upper hand on him, and we're seeing a bunch of grouping right now. There's no Shenalt ultimate, so this could be a 4v4 or just a Dead X special.
Solo Mid is getting caught out constantly in these 1-for-4 kills. And by 4, I mean 4 people getting assist every time one person gets killed.
Well, that was all forced once again by Loveland, sucking people up towards the blue buff.
Looks like a little bit of vision will be held. The pink ward not fully cleared out there, but the wards are really in the favor of OMG in that bot lane. They already have Dragon, so they don't have to contest anything here. They just have lanes to push, figure out where they want to go after. A responsive game now to come out of Team Solo Mid.
And OMG is very close to running away with this game right now. They dive down onto Wild Turtle. Coleman picks up a kill.
He's going to go down himself.
All right.
That's all right. Sometimes you got to party hard.
Fair trade, fair trade.
Sand just on the outside, dodging those turret shots. Dyrus again! Like I'm saying, why is there so many 1 kills going on for nothing happening here?
So Reggie's actually trying to go down and get another one. Sun has both summoner spells up. Let's see if he can escape the Fox.
Coming in, Sand gets hit up. Where is the charm? It goes towards the turret. You can't charm a structure. Reginald's out of this one. Odd one trying to walk his way out. The flash taunt just on the outside. Odd one, Cool coming in now.
There's nice stun, blind in the brush.
Knocks it in, cleans it up, secured by Cool, making sure he is everywhere on the map. And they're doing everything with this without teleport.
Yeah, and the chasing may continue here for OMG because they have the ability to start fights in so many places, mainly just because Loveland's Volibear has been so omnipresent on the map. Wild Turtle cannot get the shot down, and he's not going to be able to fight that bear.
Oh no, Crescendo just misses! They're trying to hit the skill shot still. This should be a kill on the Sun. The cooldown for the roar is up. Will he be able to get it? He gets the slow on the Turtle. The fear comes out now. Turtle gets himself way too deep here. The exhaust goes down. It was unnecessary, but they just put it on top of the icing.
I mean, if you think about it logically, a bear should be able to destroy a turtle. And that's actually happening a lot this game. I mean, Loveland has been everywhere. The exhaust was burned there by X Special. Loveland is now level 5 rank in his frenzy. So he is just executing TSM whenever he wants, and this is turning into a very lopsided affair.
OMG definitely starting to run free with this game. 3-0-4 in the bottom lane. Loveland completely within 8 kills, so he's only missed 4 participation here. Reginald getting damaged. The fear goes down. Another assist from Kama just for coming in from the right side.
So what happened right there to Reginald is why I said he had some very difficult choices to make itemization-wise, because if he doesn't build magic resist, he gets hit by 1 stun and he's dead. Cool hit level 11, got his ult up.
Oh, there's that passive. Oh, yeah, got him. Bullseye. Down. Wild Turtle definitely cheered for himself on that one.
Hey, that counts.
That passive is something that he wanted to get through that time. Got a little revenge for himself. Here we got a kill on Dyrus in the top lane. A nice build over Peacemaker. Will they follow the odd one? No red buff. It is his. So they won't be able to get that continuous slowdown. And every lane is showing aggression right now. It's hard to play against a team that you fear in every aspect.
TSM is just not keeping up with OMG right now. 14 kills for OMG, 16 minutes into the game is an unsustainable pace.
Yep.
If I've ever seen one right now. OMG taking down now their 4th turret of the game. You cannot die that much as TSM. They're trying to play a reactive game to what OMG is doing, but OMG is just making too many moves that have not been pressured back by TSM, especially if Dyrus is on a split push Vladimir, or if Reginald is trying to make roaming plays with mid lane Ari. If they're both getting 1v1 or just killed by Volibear from their lane opponents, it's not going to work out.
San's getting some crushes. Can the odd one get that passive to come up a little bit more? Turtle's going to help. They weren't able to get the kills out. So San goes down for 30 seconds. Can Team Solo Mid make something out of this one? Loveland goes in onto Reggie. Very big damage there as Cool enters the fight as well. They have vision on this one, but it looks like OMG is going to make it out in time with a retribution kill.
Yeah, Reginald had his Spirit Rush up during all that, but he was just getting flipped around too much and killed so quickly. He got like maybe one activation of it off, and then he was dead. So this is a very bad sign for TSM.
Absolutely. I recall back to a video of Dyrus at All-Stars, and he was telling about how much more difficult it is to play against laners that are this good. People that, when they get 3 CS above you, you know there's almost an 80% chance you're going to lose lane because they're going to level before you every time. That happens with the entire team when you're playing against OMG on the championship stage. No mistakes can be made, and we say it a lot, but it stands true. A few mistakes in each lane has really snowballed this game in the favor of OMG.
Yeah, it's a tough mindset to be in too, because Dyrus got killed so quickly in lane by Loveland, and Dyrus has had an extremely rough World Championships. If we think back to not even the earlier games today, but the game they had before that, he had a very rough game on Rumble. Then his top lane Karthus got killed early on. He got killed early on in this game as well. And if he's in that mindset that an early advantage in a lane is detrimental and you can't come back for it, that's a losing mindset to be in. Because you look at the rest of TSM, they actually won mid and bottom lane early, but OMG was okay with it. Loveland helped them back in those lanes, and now Loveland has a huge advantage for the rest of his team, regardless of OMG losing the early bottom and mid lanes.
So Reginald using out his flash there. He does get his ultimate up now, so he's kind of trading off of that, even though the times don't exactly match up. See Turtle getting himself a bit of extra CS. As we look at that, 165 for Cool, for Reginald's 116. He's been given a hard time in that lane, which reflects on the CS, reflects on his KDA right now. 49 to 66. You can see how much laning these junglers have been doing. Not lane taxing, but being in the lanes, helping people. Yes. Very low farm for the junglers.
Yeah, this lane tax does not exist for OMG at this point. They have lane happy time. Look out, Wild Turtle. Here comes Loveland.
Turtle on the side. He's going to fully shell for this one. He's going, gets the Q out. Oh, he puts it around. That was pretty nice. Pie in the face for Cool. Tries to get himself back with a meat shield coming in of Loveland. And it was just so back and forth. Even Turtle didn't know it.
Yeah, that was no escape for Wild Turtle. Loveland was too fast and Cinder did too much damage.
Ooh. So going, trying to put himself in the bush to give himself an upper hand there on the fight. Dyrus doesn't choose to go in. Looks like he will be able to pressure this lane, possibly picking up that bottom turret. TSM able to grab the first turret, not early in the game, but for the dragon that OMG grabbed. OMG has since then grabbed dragons and 4 turrets to answer back. So Team Solo Mid is keeping the wards up, and they're trying to get back into this one.
OMG is still undefeated in the group stage, and they seem to be getting stronger as the group stage commences, because even though TSM is 1 game away from elimination, look out, Dyrus.
Dyrus gets into this one. It looks like they brought him an extra big glass for the drink, and this one's going to put him out for the night. Goes down. Cone will pick it up the kill on that one. It looks like they get the blue buff for themselves. That was not a steal.
Dyrus is just running. Dyrus is just too far behind to be a realistic split push threat, but because he's built split push items, he's forced into making bad decisions right now. Loveland also fighting in the jungle.
This is a good catch, but that is a big Shen shield as well. Loveland, that passive is going to start coming up for him. You can see it revolving around him, but he goes down. Reginald's able to get the kill there. Going with huge damage towards the back line is San really not being affected. Now the focus is on to San. They are forcing OMG to flash away here. 7,000 gold down. This catch equals good, but Cool's on the back side. Will Cool be able to close in fast enough?
Syndra is not a very quick champion right now, but she is behind them. I don't even know if they're strong enough to take on TSM here, because there's a lot of health bars on TSM right now.
Coma's in a perfect spot to get those crows out to really push this one over the edge. Go going very low, but with the unity of his team, they can easily take out one by one. They have to be careful, though.
I wonder if Cool's going to get someone here, because he has the damage to just blow.
Oh, boom! No, he did finish it! Oh, he did! The red buff is there! He's dead! It might be too much damage. Exploded out on that one. Go-going comes over the wall. This is the unity here. They may be able to take out one after the other. Dyrus enters. Hemo Plague is going to be taking down Shen. Go-going falls to this. No, he puts the face on! Where'd he get the HP from? Dyrus now running from Loveland. Should not poke the bear. Cool just on the backside. Looking to drag this one and continue the fight. Throwing back Dyrus. Dyrus tried to get in for the kill for Cool, and I think might have baited himself into death here. Reginald says, wait a minute, I got your back, bro. Pay life on this one. Uh-oh.
Spellvamp had the Q right there. This fight's been going on for a while, Riv. I'll give you a break there. I can't even talk about that fight. It's still an 8,000 gold lead for TSM. They caught OMG in a tough spot. They need to fight for this one, but they're fighting from a really deep hole. Nearly mathematically eliminated right here for TSM. Even if they win, they need a lot of help. And winning against an undefeated group stage team down 8,000 gold is a daunting task. But, you know, you got to give it to them. They're going for plays now. And that's what they need to do to get back into it.
Yeah, I got to say, Jed, it's been a short amount of time since OMG was really just in the driver's seat in this game. It was only a few minutes ago. So that was a good move, and it was necessary for Team Solo Mid. But it's a short step in the long race that they have here. 9,000 gold down now. We'll say 8,000. They're about to reach 31. Those turrets have been stalled, which is really allowing them to clean back up their map and get back into this one. Hopefully in their minds to win this next fight as well. That is some big damage. 100 to 0. Pretty quick.
Thing Cinder does right there. One-shot turtles, because it's just the single target burst damage from Cinder is some of the highest in the game. Maybe Veigar can add higher damage, but the repeatability of that right now. Cool has a 69-second cooldown on Unleashed Power at this point. That's without a blue buff. He has got 400 plus ability power right now, 409. And because of the map control that OMG has, in small part because Coma's Oracles, anytime TSM tries to get farmed, they go down.
Boom! Right on a Coma. Orbit Deception to come back. No, the Shen Shield comes out. The fear goes down. And they get the cookie to crumble in the right direction here for OMG. Taking down Reggie. They need to try to make those picks, though. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it's just OMG being one step ahead and using their gold advantage. Reginald doesn't have the itemization to one-shot supports.
One after the other. OMG knows to continue the control, to continue to move on to something else after you get those kills and not let them go to waste. Looks like they may be grabbing a 6th turret here, the 2nd tier top.
And there are too many people dead on TSM for them to be out here.
Dyrus is in a bad spot. There's that pool going down. He's going to try to get in for some more transfusion, but cannot. And OMG takes over the 2nd tier turrets of the game.
Yeah, they're just going to continue this push in. Cool didn't even get his ultimate off. It fizzled onto the pool of blood from Dyrus, but that's how much damage the rest of OMG was doing. They still bursted him down. 0-6-0 for Dyrus, an incredibly rough game. Everyone on OMG, they've actually picked up the pace of their kills. They have 25 kills, 25 minutes in. A kill a minute is absolutely incredible, and it kind of goes to show why OMG is first place in the group stage here, the only team that has not dropped a game yet in the group stage at the World Championships, and with the unconventional picks, and with the sub.
Coming into this, we see, you know, teams from China, OMG, teams from Korea as well, coming in with these different picks, able to put in new players as they come in and still thwart teams out of this one. And the main thing is the game completely sways in the mid-game. The first item completion seems to be all they need. The first tower seems to be all they need. Coming back from these seems to be almost impossible once one of these teams gets a lead.
Yeah, OMG definitely works on a different clock than a lot of teams, and it could potentially be a weakness, but it hasn't been exposed quite yet because no one...
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Get a nice little golem buff back. But no one has actually been able to overcome OMG in the early game, and even the little edges that TSM is able to grab, like when Wild Turtleneck Special got the kill bottom lane, or when Reginald the Odd One were able to convert an early kill onto Cool. It just got turned around back on them because Loveland had so much presence, ganking so frequently is something that we actually haven't seen in a while, because generally in the past, if people put up heavy warding, they're able to stop that. But there's something about the way that OMG is doing this the teams just haven't figured out yet, and it's why they're able to pick off so many kills.
They're giving themselves a little advantages as well, taking Dragon, making sure everything on the map is in their favor before they really press forward. Reginald, not in a super dangerous spot, but he's sitting on a ward right there. They have vision of him, and they can pinch like this whenever they want. So you can see how much Team Solomid is trying to push themselves over the limit to get back in this game, being out of position.
Yeah, TSM has to do something rather crazy right here, but they're kind of trapped because Dyrus has the split push Vladimir build. He is 0-6-0, and it's basically a 4v4 in the jungle against people that are substantially stronger than them. Cool is level 17, and look at X Special explode.
A huge burst there. The True Shot Barrage not really hitting its target. The Crow's going to go out, so there's no reaction for TSM to come back in here as they're all silenced, 25-9. Big gold leads coming in on the side just to break it apart. Cool right now sitting on 11,500 gold as they go into the fight. This is going to be where you see that damage come in. Coma on the outside. It's not going to hit. Dyrus is the first one to go down. They can still disengage this fight. That is exactly what they're trying to do. Going with the taunt onto X Special. Turtles actually are not the side he wants to be on, and they will have eyes on. Reginald is trying to bait them into another side of the fight, and it's been TSM trying to draw them away from the fight. But Reggie goes back in. One kill as Kama actually gets out alive here, and they may be able to take down Reginald to finish this one off. The persistence of OMG is winning the extended fights.
Reggie's got a big smile on his face, though, because he took out Cool. Wild Turtle did get Coma right there. All in all, a 3-for-2 is not the worst thing TSM could be involved with, but it does leave them vulnerable to this mid lane push from OMG.
These have to be the most chaotic fights with running, tunneling that we've seen, going back and forth, coast to coast. This one leaves OMG with 3 strong, but TSM is spawning as well, starting to grab the home guards on their side. Is going to help them with a little bit of this defense. And we see an inhibitor turret possibly going down, not showing respect here. They don't have enough to engage.
The rest of OMG needs to do well to run away right now because they are outnumbered. If X Special can get a slow onto Loveland, it would go a long way.
He's got it. Oh, he stopped the Moby Boots. There's a have this. That's going to be big. He throws down the Storm. Odd one in there. Dyrus is there as well. We got to remember, Reginald not in this fight yet. He's all the way in base, so they're doing this with 4 people trying to go strong. The Odd one goes down. That means there's 3 to count. Sam very low, under 100 HP, and they are going to be able to pressure them out. But what are they going to do with this?
Not much. I feel like the rest of TSM is unable to chase any farther. Reginald is their main chaser, and TSM had a very split push focused team composition. They ran something like this against Lemon Dogs when they had Zed in the mid lane and Dyrus on Vladimir as well. And they pulled very far ahead, and Dyrus was able to 1v1 and be a threat split pushing. But as we see here, with Dyrus being 0-7, when he tries to do that against this OMG team, they just kill him. And then they kill the rest of TSM. And because TSM doesn't have the team fight tools for chasing down OMG, those extended, long, chaotic fights continually go in the favor of OMG. That and the giant gold lead contribute to that fact.
And when you have a ton of glass cannons coming in, nobody building really anything to extra protect themselves. Reggie getting in, puts himself right by the Baron though. Gets himself a little bit out, nice True Shot Barrage. Now Loveland taking Baron damage. Microing it very well, giving the double kill to Wild Turtle. This is going to be big. That was definitely a Reginald call.
The alley-oop there from the Odd One. I don't know the block, I'd have to say. That was a perfect block right there from the Odd One. Cataclysming him in to take the ace in the hole for Reginald. That was a very nice play by TSM, getting the crescendo over the wall of the Baron. They definitely caught Loveland and Coma completely off guard there. Just getting both of them in the crescendo, and then also pissing off the Baron a little bit so that he would hit for them. Loveland took a bit of damage from the Baron as well. Odd One hopped in front of the ace in the hole. And they get the double for Wild Turtle. Very well played.
So, TSM playing more of a cohesive unit now, staying together. Dyrus could be in a bad spot here. There is 50% of his HP. The taunt to come out, but he actually has drawn them out a little bit. That was interesting that he chose to come out instead of draw them towards the team.
And you could see Dyrus was only worth 90 gold for that kill on the going.
That taunt was coming out.
Yeah. That kill is hardly worth it at this point for OMG, aside from the death timer of Dyrus. It allows them to take the blue buff, and it means TSM has to wait another 30 seconds to make their next move. But this pacing, 43 kills in this game, 30 minutes in, ever-increasing lead by OMG. despite the few mishaps that have happened for OMG, thanks to actually a couple of nice risks that TSM has taken, OMG is in complete control. This is actually a very normal type of OMG game. They will actually give a couple kills back here and there because they put themselves in so many awkward situations.
It looks good, for Owen. Well, could be going for this again.
There's another one.
Like they're going to pressure it out. Knowing Dyrus is down, that is a lot of area of effect damage you missed from Hemoplague. Wouldn't even have it if they were in this fight since his ultimate itself is down.
Yeah, I don't think OMG is going to take a risk of getting
pressured. Oh, where?
Instead, they're just going to try and catch kills around here. They're going to continue doing this, I think. They do not want to get into a smite war with the odd one, so someone has to push Jarvan back before OMG takes this Baron safely. They don't have as many wall hoppers as we've seen from other OMG compositions, but they're definitely looking for some type of fight.
Reginald goes down instantly. They have everything covered that they need right now. The true shot barrage was very close, but it goes to Loveland. The odd one tries to get it himself in, goes down as well. Two members of TSM here to guard the base.
Yeah, odd one had some big smiles there as well. He knows he went in a little too early. OMG stopped damage on the Baron, and that's why the smite actually happened for Loveland. Wild Turtle.
Slow and steady wins the race. They're not going to pursue. Looks like he'll be able to get out of this one. Nope, he won't. So they're going to chase him, eventually take him down. We got Dyrus in the bottom lane pushing. Turtle here is going to run them for their money. A little ring around the rosy, cat and mouse game, but OMG is going to be pushing this mid inhibitor.
This is not going to help the stat book of TSM in this game. They've done 33 times in 33 minutes, and now the middle inhibitor getting pushed down by OMG. Wild Turtle is running a marathon right now.
Dyrus going deep, trying to get that minion farm down so they can't get out. Oh, Turtle! Turtle gets himself in a bad spot. He is forced to go this way. He's like, Dyrus, I thought you were going to help me. Oh, he flashes over the wall. He says, do that again. And Go-Going says, all right. Oh, no. Here it comes. Oh, he stands tall, stands true with a smile on his face and eats that one.
Got to take it like a man afterwards. He ran halfway across the map, and when he knew his day was done, he just stopped on it. Dyrus, I think he's going to go down here, Rip.
Yeah, he throws down the Hemoplague. You get silenced up there. You know, if you're going to go down, why not do it at a party with your friends?
Yeah, fair enough. 72 gold now.
70, yeah.
Dyrus ticker. His market value is dropping rapidly.
Stocks are going up.
Yeah.
34 minutes into this one. Looks like OMG looking to put the last and final stranglehold here on TSM. They have pretty much control of the game as Team Solo Mid, still doing what they can to stop any type of a huge final push. They will have a single valiant fight, but the gold lead now so much in favor of OMG. They played an immaculate game, to say the least. Coming into this one, you know, it's like, wow, that was a great play, that was a great play. It's kind of because they don't do anything unless they know it's going to work. They don't go in unless they're going to get something out of it.
Yeah, and they've gotten a whole bunch out of it. This has got to be the most kills the team's had in a game so far in the group stage. 35 kills.
They're slightly fanatic pushing.
At this point, you can see the smiles on Reginald's face right now. They only want kills at this point. They might get one. Coma, look out!
Oh, Coma pulls him out, but he's like choking his shield. Wow, Reginald gets zeroed out. The Adra goes down behind him. Double kill coming in, and that was cool.
To say it lightly, that did not work.
No, I'd say it heavily.
They got counter-trapped right there. Go-Going saving, and then the chase continues.
Cool is
blowing people
definitely Go-Going right now, right into the base. Cool, dodging out a mystic shot there. Turtle on the backside. Smiles really on the faces. Team Solo Mid here. They played a great game. They came out very strong. They didn't really set out the goal that they wanted to with the wins against Korean teams in their favor, with the wins here in the group stages. But they're having a good time doing it.
Well, TSM's still going to have 2 more games.
Yep.
Maybe 1. My math is weird. Coming up in the group stage.
Right.
I believe it's 2 more games.
Absolutely.
And this one looks to be over. OMG 38 kills, maybe more. Coming on to the Nexus.
OMG very strong and definitive game here, rounding out nearly at 36 minutes. They take down the last few members here. Reginald spawning into the map. The Nexus turrets go down. The Nexus will soon follow after. Reginald will meet it up in the sky here. They have a full health Nexus to take down.
They want to get him.
They're going to pad these stats just a little. Oh! He gets the crescendo land, but also goes down himself. They pad the KDAs 15, 3, and 12. Cool in the mid lane on Syndrome.